Hello, everyone. It's June 28th. And I've just finished pricking my finger. The reading for the blood sugar on the meter is 91. And I haven't taken yet my extended metformin, but it's in lisinopril. I guess I take lisinopril for the hypertension. But it's normal again. And I weighed myself last night, and I was 220. And I've weighed around 220 most of my life, which means that's, if you view a lot of dieting videos, that's just like a set point. I'm an old guy now, 60 years old. It's going to be hard to go, they say it's going to be hard to go beyond the 220. But I'm going to show you how it's done. Don't expect more than 2 pounds a week. If you go more than that, you're probably going to have problems with your organs. Just slow down, Don't starve yourself. I just recently watched a series called Alone, where they put survival specialists on the tip of Vancouver Island to see if who could last the longest. And I saw this guy. He lasted about 50 days, but he lost 60 pounds. It's because he couldn't get enough protein and fat into him through survival methods. So you can do it by starving yourself, but I'm not going to go hungry. So the body tries to tell you to eat more when you feel hungry. It's about eating the right nutritious foods, staying away from the carbs, lowering your blood sugar naturally. Don't starve yourself. All about nutrition. It's staying away from the carbs. Cut down on the harmful carbs. Today I'm taking a protein smoothie, and I'm using muscle milk, and I'll show you what I do. I put extra things in so that I don't have problems with my body. I also have a green smoothie in the afternoon, and I'll talk about the green smoothie in another video. So right now I'm going to put on pause. I'm going to go over and talk about my smoothie. I've been doing this for, I've used smoothies before. Protein. Dr. Berg, when I watch the videos, he says stay away from the whey protein. It's going to spike my insulin. I know that. I need the insulin to get the amino acids into the cells so the mitochondria can function properly. Mitochondria is the most important thing in your body. There's this thing called the Krebs cycle that produces the ATP. ATP is the energy currency of the body, not caffeine. Energy comes from adenosine triphosphate. Watch the biomedical videos, AP biology videos. ATP is the currency of the body. You need the energy. Otherwise, you'll just be lethargic. Your muscles will try to work, like your heart and your kidneys and your liver, and there won't be enough energy to function. Make yourself energized. Take the proper nutrition. Essential amino acids make your body function properly. There's trace minerals, and that comes from my green smoothie. I don't get all the essentials from that protein drink, but I use whey protein because it has no fat, and I'm trying to burn fat. I'm insulin resistant, and it's because I become overweight. I don't exercise like I used to. I was in the military. I was a big time proponent of exercise. But I drive Uber for 12 hours to make enough to live in a $1,900 one-bedroom apartment in Silicon Valley. And I came back to do programming again, but I'm 60 years old. And, last time I worked at Sun was the early 2000s. Nobody's going to hire me with rusty skills. Everybody's doing AI, self-driving cars. I don't have those skills. I'm rusty. Oxidization. So I'm working on oxidizing the fat out of my system. Yes. Staying hydrated because it turns into liquid and it goes through the kidneys and gets processed out. Make sure the kidneys stay functioning properly. The thing about protein is if you up your protein level, your kidneys are going to have a problem. I don't up my protein level. I take 1 scoop of that whey protein a day, and it gives me a 50% value of what the experts in the RDA say that you should be having. 50%. Okay? So I'm not overdoing the protein. Otherwise, I'm going to have kidney stones. And the best thing to keep you from having kidney stones? Lemons. Take in lemons and have lemon juice, the citric. They give you potassium citrate to take care of kidney stones. They prescribe that. Just be careful. Don't overdo the protein. Don't do an excess, because that's what goes on with the Americans. They eat in excess and they become obese, and it's because of the insulin. Yes, I'm going to get an insulin spike from the whey protein this morning. Good for me. Okay? I'll tell you what I had yesterday. I had bullet coffee because I couldn't wake up. I have to work. I can't wake up. It's very bad for a driver to go out sleepy. Wake up. Okay? So I told my body, I'm taking the caffeine. You're going to get a spike in adrenaline. Your heart's going to pump like crazy. You're going to wake up with bullet coffee, which means I didn't put any sugar in, and I used butter, unsalted butter. That's it. Okay, so today I'm going to put on pause right now and talk about my whey shake, my whey protein shake. Okay, I'm going to go over and talk about my machine and everything. I'm going to put on pause. Okay, I'm back. I'll see how I can turn around the lens here. Wow. Okay, so I'm doing a selfie in the kitchen, and I'm about to put my shake together. I've already put almond milk, 1 cup of almond milk. I've got this Silk brand that doesn't have any sugar in it. There's let me look on the side here. Nutritionally, I have 0 sugars in this. There's no added sugar at all, and I'm only using 1 cup. 8 ounces is a cup, and it says 3%, 2.5 grams of fat. There's fat in it. Monounsaturated fat, 1.5 grams. There's 115 milligrams of sodium. And, sorry, I dropped it. It's hard doing these videos with the cell phone, but there's 1 gram of protein in this silk almond milk. Okay, so I'm going to twist it around and try to get you a good shot of my setup here. I don't know how to turn around when I'm in this record. Let me put it on pause and see if I can turn around. No, it looks like I have to totally turn it off and then turn the image around, and I don't want to turn I'm recording. I'm going to make it straight through. Okay, so I'm just going to turn the camera around and show this to you if I can. Okay, right there is my cup for my Nutrisystem IQ blender. I've used a lot of blenders, and I've burned up quite a few blenders. The Nutrisystem Ninja IQ blender, they advertise it on the internet. You can get it, you can get it through Amazon, I think. I just got it directly from the company. You just Google it. It's pretty expensive, but it's the best blender I've found so far. And I've used quite a few blenders, and I burned up a few blenders trying different things. So I've got a cup of almond milk. I try not to use more than a cup, but you can see it's slightly over today. 1 scoop of muscle milk, and I'll read the label. I'll show you the muscle milk. Here, I gotta move things out of the way here so I can bring the package up. $1,800, $1,900 a month to get you a real small 1-bedroom Silicon Valley. Okay, so this is how I get the amino chains so that my mitochondria will divide up, and I make more mitochondria, my cells divide, and I can have more blood hemoglobin to transport the oxygen and everything I need, for the cells. So to take that energy, the things that your cells need to create ATP, you need for the transport system to work. You need for the liver to work fine and import all those aminos in. And you need the insulin so that the protein, the amino acids, can go into the cell and the mitochondria to function properly so that it can catabolize the fat. Because if you don't catabolize the fat, you don't burn the fat. It doesn't change to ATP. And then your heart, your respiratory cycle, the Krebs cycle, will function properly. So you can find out all this information, AP biology, okay? There's Bozeman Science, and there's the Khan Academy. Learn AP biology. It will teach you how the cells work. I don't know why the doctors don't get this. So I'm going to talk about what so you can see muscle milk. I get a big package from Costco. It cost me $30 because Costco gives you a deal. Okay. Nutrients. I got 1.5 grams of fat. Saturated, it's got saturated fat. Saturated fat, as everybody knows, saturated fat is the one that gives you the bad carbohydrates. So, look, I got 1 gram. I got 5% of the daily value that they've looked at, and they said, okay, you can have 5%. And 5% is a lot less than, it's the daily value. Everything else, monos, polyunsaturated, everything else is trans fat is 0. You got, okay, I got 1 gram. Cholesterol's high. You got 45 milligrams, and that's at 15%. So it's going to spike my insulin. Cholesterol, sodium's at 8%, 180 grams. So total carbs, when I look at the carbs here, it's only 1%, it's 3 grams. The sugar is at 2 grams. So I'm getting 2 grams of sugar per serving, which is 1 scoop. But the protein is at 27 grams. That's 50% of the daily value. That's half of what they determined that you should have. And I think it's for a 200. So daily values, 2,000 calorie a day diet. I weigh 220 pounds, which, 2,000 calories is probably about normal, from a guy my size. Then we go down, we get a little bit of calcium, we get some magnesium, some phosphorus, some potassium, ATP, adenosine triphosphate. We get a little bit of phosphorus. So the body needs essentials, okay? Iron, I get a little bit of iron from the whey protein, all right? But the most important thing is the amino acids, because when you look at how the cells divide, and you're constantly making new cells for blood in your bone, it takes a while, and you need that. The way the body works, you need those aminos to divide the cells and create new ones. Gotta be done. Otherwise, it goes after the heart and the muscles for protein. Don't starve yourself. Go on a fast, but don't starve yourself. So I'm cutting down. It's only 130 calories. I'm cutting down. Okay, so that's what I've done so far. Muscle milk and almond milk in my little blender. Now, one more thing I'm going to put in. There's actually 2 things I'm going to put in. I got flaxseed meal. You can look it up. It's got omega-3 and omega-6, essential fatty acids for the body, because without these, when your cell divides, it can't make the cell walls. You have to have cholesterol in the cell walls. Otherwise, the cell falls apart. All right? And fiber. If I just eat the protein, I'm going to bind up and I'm going to have problems with my colon. And when they go do a colonoscopy, they'll find that I've got serious issues with the colon. So let's eat the fiber. Important fiber. Okay? I could tell you I got the bag around here somewhere, but I just get it down to, I don't go to Costco for my fiber. I got the neighborhood Walmart, and they sell groceries, and I got a big 3-pound bag, and I just opened the bag and poured it into this little container that I can keep by my smoothie maker. Okay? So I'm going to put 2, here. Here's a bouillon spoon. If I can get it up there. That's a bouillon spoon. 2 of those, 2 heaping spoons of those. So I'm putting like 1 big heaping tablespoon, a heaping tablespoon, into my mix. And one more thing. Sorry, but I keep the cacao up in the cupboard here. This is cacao or cocoa, baking cocoa. Right? There's a lot of flavonoids, important kind of stuff. A lot of studies have been done on this. This is very good for you. So I'm using the chocolate to start with, the chocolate whey protein, and I'm adding in two of my bouillon spoons, if I can get it up there, 2 bouillon spoons of baking cocoa, because there's no sugar, right? No sugar at all. No harmful carbs. Cut down on the carbs. Your body doesn't need carbs at all. it's not essential to eat carbs, but you need fiber. So, and you need, if you do the research, and I'll add a link in later on, I'll talk about cocoa. It's very good for you. So once I do all that, I set it up. There's a button. All I have to do is press one button on here on this Auto IQ blender, and it blends it up for one. It does an excellent job of blending it up. And what I'll do is I'll put the ingredients in, and then fill the cup all the way up with filtered water. I don't use water out of the tap anymore. So where it says 24 ounces max, so I put 8 ounces of the almond milk, and it has 30 calories and 150 calories of protein. I add a few extra ingredients which don't count as much calories. There's only a few calories, so I cut back on my calories. But my body gets essential nutrients. I'm not starving myself. Important not to starve yourself, because then you create problems with your cells, and your kidneys will malfunction, and your liver malfunctions. The liver is the most important organ besides the heart. You can't process food into the blood system without the liver, and you need the pancreas. You'll die if you get pancreas problems. Those organs are very important. So, number one thing is insulin resistance will harm your pancreas. You'll die eventually. They'll have to chop off your feet because your feet have sores on them. Heed the warning. You can do this. I've done it several times, and the doctors are like amazed. The cure? Quit eating the harmful carbs. You don't have to. They're not necessary. We're born with a sweet tooth. It comes from mother's milk. I'll show you other videos. Dr. Lutzing, he's a pediatrician, and he's a big proponent. We got hooked on sugar, like I said. Oh, cartoons in the morning. Okay? I was like, what was it? I was like 6 years old, 7 years old, sitting watching the cartoons Saturday morning with all these cereals, these sugary cereals, and you could get special prizes. And I remember I got a kite, and it had the chemical symbol for sugar. You were hooked on sugar. This is the American commercial system. Okay? Commercials. Advertising. Getting kids hooked. That's America. American values. Get your children addicted. No. Get off the addiction. You're addicted to sugars. We don't need the carbs. We need fiber. We need protein. We need oil, essential oils. What else? Did I miss something? We need essential oils. We need fiber. Sounds like I forgot something. Okay. We need vitamins. Okay, I'll talk about my green smoothie in another video, but today this is going to be my breakfast. Enough. I probably talked for another 20 minutes, so I'm done. That's it. Simple. Keep it simple. Okay? Back to the face. There's not much light in here. Sorry. I shout a lot. My dad was in the military. He twice at boot camp. He was a big get it into you, do it, get her done. That's the military way. They don't understand the fatty guys either, and it's like push, exercise. but I'm working 12 hours a day behind the wheel of a car. I'm not getting the exercise, and I'm not pushing myself to death to do that. I like to walk. I used to run all the time. I was big on exercise. I'm old, 60 years old. I don't push it anymore. I could have a heart attack. Believe me, you need to stay healthy. The best way to do it is to cut down on the carbs. 90. I took my measurement a few minutes ago. I'm fine. You can't get much better than that. I'm going to be off the metformin again. I got goop on my lip from I had all my teeth removed because I had calcium loss. My cells have been going sour for quite a while. That happens when you age. They talk about the tips at the end of your chromosomes, the telomeres, and they predict that they can tell when you can die from that. And I talk about the Okinawans, and they use turmeric every day. They grow it in their backyards. They cultivate turmeric and they use it in their foods. It has curcumin. It coats the ends, telomeres. You don't want those fray. It causes malfunctioning cell division. Cancer. Get the point. We're going to cut down on all the carbs and we're going to eat the proper things. I'm not putting any curcumin into my... Come on. Not going to do it into the whey shake. But yesterday, when I had... This is the thing about the meat. I put all that tomato stuff in. I coated it with mustard. Just like having a hamburger. It's got the pickle. It's got the tomatoes. And I put mustard on top, which has the turmeric. And I added some turmeric, and I put pepper on top of that, which helps the absorption. I'll cover that in a video coming up. This is what you do. I don't know how many minutes. 27 minutes. I'm stopping. I'm done. I'm sorry about the length. I'm not, expert on making these videos. And I'm using a cell phone now. I don't have the money to go out and get professional equipment. I'm not a doctor either. I don't make a lot of money. I barely make minimum wage now. But I'm letting you know, I know a lot about this. If you're smart, I'm sorry, I'm smart. Yeah, I'm driving an Uber. I can't get another job because the way society is. That's the way I look at it. I don't feel like being pushed anymore. I got white hair. I'm going to take it easy. I should be retired. Thank you, America. It's like I'm old. Where's going to be the retirement? No retirement. I look like I'm going to be dead before I retire. I'm trying very hard. I should be able to last as my uncle. I just had a birthday, 91. I should live that long. I should. This is America. Why not? Because of the way that Americans are, I'm sorry. It's not easy to get a job in Silicon Valley anymore. Not like it was when I got out of the service. And within a month, I had a job programming. No, I self-taught myself basic. I thought that was wonderful. Walk down the street, walk around, apply at different companies, get a job. No, they import people in from other countries. Today, the makeup here, only 30% native born. Everybody's been born somewhere else. Imported. Seems like America's given up their most valuable talents. They don't want to train you in schools, so we'll just import it. We'll import in the talent, and the money will go out of the country. I can go into this over. I don't want to make an argument out of these videos. I'm done. I talked too long. I'm stopping. Thank you. Thank you for watching.